that's just not the way that it works out. You get a few hurdles that you got to figure out how you want to jump over. You know what I mean? And the motivation is where you can't let it defeat you. So a lot of times for me, and everybody's different in how they're motivated. I remember my teacher, Miss Allan, in 5th grade, told my mother and told me that I was at Montecito. For a while I was at Montecito. I needed discipline in Montecito, go straight from Montecito. So the teacher told me that I wouldn't ever be able to write in a complete paragraph form because my brain was just a little slow. So they wanted to put me in, remedial everything, and put me in. We had slower classes back then. So my mother, was one of those mothers where she didn't really take that, what people told her. So she had me read books and have me write stuff and everything like that from that point on. So since I played NBA, I've written a lot of books. I started writing articles while I was in college, and every time I would write an article, my mother would send them to Miss Allan. You know what I mean? It's like, remember you told me that he would have done right? See, I told you. So that's where I get it from. I told you so, I get it from my mom. But the thing is, you gotta find what motivates you. That's something that motivates me when somebody tells me that I can't do something. Then I'm motivated to prove them wrong. You know what I mean? So that's what you gotta find out what is it that drives you and what motivates you and it kind of keeps you.
I would say too, a lot of it depends on what stage of life you're in too, right? Like when you're young, you might be motivated to play NBA. Now, motivation might be a little different. As a father and a husband, my motivation might be a little different. I think it comes back to purpose. Like, what do you really call? That's the thing that I think I would encourage someone to really pray about. Like, I need really strong sense of purpose. What am I called to do and who am I called to be? Because for now as a father, it doesn't matter what I feel like getting up. And because this is my responsibility right now. Like my job, like you said, we gotta take care of our family. And not just doing, but being. Right? I can do so, I can get up and do something. But who I am every day is going to resonate with my kids, my wife, my family. That who I am that's going to speak. When I'm not gone anymore, they're going to remember who I was. So my motivation is going to be tied to my purpose. Who am I really called to be? Once I kind of like throw that at the top, sit that up there, then I'm like, all right, I don't really care how I feel that day. I'll share this. I think we talked about it. 2 years ago, so my father, I want to say now must have been 15 years ago, was he got diagnosed with prostate cancer, got it done, beat it, praise God, we were all great. Well, now, since then, every time I went back to the doctor, well, I'm red flag, right? Now, I gotta watch my health because once my numbers go up, I'm gonna, went to the doctor in May 2 years ago, and guess what? You gotta get the test and the biopsy and found out, and now I have to deal with this too. Got it done, and praise God, cancer free and all that. The reason I share that is because a lot of us have gone through that, right? And I wasn't really trying to talk about it a lot, but the reason I share that is because during that process, there are a lot of times where I didn't feel like doing certain things. And my motivation at that time was different than it was when I was in Madison Square Garden. It's different than it is right now. Because the circumstances are a little different, but it still comes back to my purpose, who I'm really supposed to be, who I'm called to be, and what I'm supposed to do, and that really hasn't changed. So that's how I answer that. And how you stay motivated.
just do something just because somebody else is doing it, then challenging will come. It'll be hard for you to do it because your motivation won't be there. Whereas when you do something that you're passionate about, there will be sacrifices that you have to make. They won't seem like sacrifices anymore because it's something that you love and passionate about. So at the young age, it's important to know, don't just follow the crowd. Define exactly, it comes back again to the purpose. What is your purpose? What do you want to accomplish and what are you passionate about?